Tonight's keynote speaker is a chief technology strategist who is recognized as one of the most influential technology leaders worldwide. She has earned numerous honors, including Top 100 CIOs for 2016. She was also honored as Business Worldwide Magazine's 2016 Visionary of the Year and 2016 Social Media Champion of the Year. Please welcome Monique Morrow.
Hey! They had to switch headsets on me. Are you guys having a great time? Yeah! Yeah! Fantastic. Well, I don't have a headset right now because battery went out on me. But I have this, so that's really cool. I'm very, very excited to be here with you all, you fantastic leaders. And you know, this is my first DECA, but hopefully it's not my last. So thank you, DECA, and the leadership team here. Yes. So I'm going to take you on a little journey. I'm going to confess you haven't seen, this is another side of me that you have not seen before. So it's an accidental type of journey, and I think you're going to learn a lot. One thing you will learn is that your careers will be multiple micro careers. You ready to go on a journey with me for the next couple of minutes? Yes. All right. So that's me. I was born in a state called North Carolina. And I did have a very, very thick Southern accent, but living abroad for most of my career, I've unfortunately lost it. So go Tar Heels. But I was the oldest of 5 children, pretty geeky, pretty inquisitive child from a military family. And in fact, I was a valedictorian, a co-valedictorian of a high school not too far from here in Orange County called University High School. Anybody from University High School? Probably not. But there was a comedian called Will Ferrell who graduated from that high school. Except I graduated a little earlier. But anyway, going back to your micro careers, I thought at that time that I would be a diplomat. In fact, it didn't turn out that way. Ladies and gentlemen, I ended up to be an accidental engineer, a technologist. And so your careers will be multiple. Let me tell you this once again, repeat it. Careers will be multiple. Yes, absolutely. But another thing that happened along the way is that I was a stutterer as a child. And I was the kid in the back of the room who was afraid to speak. In fact, the only thing they would do is let me ring a bell and mime words in a choir. But I had great people who worked with me and let me know, I will let you know, that I'm pretty scared getting up here. So welcome me. To all the stutterers in the world, I could tell you, it's not the obstacle that you will face later, but it's part of who I am. So, facing the obstacles has made me look beyond what are obstacles, but rather opportunities. And there's something called spheres of influence. The very people who are going to be behind you, always there for you, your teachers and your parents. Please salute your teachers and your parents now. I had fantastic teachers, fantastic parents, but that's my mother. And my mother is a representative of the hospitality industry. She was a sales director in marketing. She was the co-founder of the School of Hospitality at San Jose State University in the Bay Area. And in fact, Great. And in fact, she was the hostess with the mostest. And I will tell you, we put an endowment in her name. This was her last birthday. And when she knew, a year before she passed away, that we were going to do that, she took a $100 bill out of her bra and said, "Here's my donation." And I said, "Mom, it doesn't work that way." But you know, I have a whole humility about the hospitality industry. She tried to get me in and I said no. But I worked 1 year at the reception in a hotel, and I can tell you that's where you're going to learn your fantastic communication skills. So fantastic opportunities here when you're in the hospitality industry. That's very important from my perspective, something that has shaped me, ladies and gentlemen. The other thing that I'm very, very passionate about is this notion of, in the 21st century, multi-generational teaming. If you, and by the way, multi-ethnic, multi-whatever teaming. If you are not the reflection or your organizations of what society is all about, then why bother? Let me tell you who are my board of directors here. To my right is Nicole Wild, who came from Australia to North Carolina, is now going to Georgia. And in fact, she ended up creating something called Car to Car to get women to vote. She had multiple careers. Fantastic, inspirational person. Here is Brian Rashid, who was trained as a lawyer out of New York, ended up working a lot in South America, and it is an inspirational speaker and often travels between New York and Colombia. This person here, this leader, is Anika Baga from Cupertino High School in the Bay Area. She's 16 years old, and I'm her COO. She has an organization called She Codis, like goddess. She teaches middle school girls how to code. And here I have Kayla Banks, an African-American leader who comes from Los Angeles. She's here tonight, with her father, Philip. So Kayla and Philip, I love you. I know you're out there. I want to tell you about Kayla. She is a 15-year-old entrepreneur. She started to code when she was 9 years old. She is the face of open source. She gave a first international speech at the age of 12 and won an International Entrepreneurs Award at the age of 12. So let me tell you, entrepreneurship has no age limit, and it has no collar. So Kayla is going to be speaking at the Catalyst Conference in San Francisco in June. And guess what she's going to be speaking about? What life is like for a work-life balance from a teenager's perspective. So give it up to Kayla and Anika, Brian. Last but not least is Thomas Cook, the very person who was responsible for getting me to DECA. Thomas was an entertainer, singer, remember, multiple careers. He ended up giving up his singing career partially. He's been working in Washington, D.C., and has sung for many, many presidents and works in marketing. And he's a wonderful, wonderful individual. Those are my representatives of my board. So there are a few things that I want you to think about in terms of ingredients as we have a few more minutes. What I've observed that makes really interesting ingredients for success. One, well, of course, you're going to have all the passion and risk because you're going to have to do that anyway. But the other thing is around comfort with ambiguity. As an engineer, never comfortable with ambiguity, but you will have ambiguous situations, and you do. So be comfortable with it. Take the leap. Take the leap. Turn around a frog assignment. You know, people will refuse certain assignments because it's just not glitzy, but you can make flowers out of that assignment. I remember taking one on during the early part of my career, And somebody told me it would be the death of your career, and it ended up really making and launching my career. That is, being the first individual to actually launch and take a technology and make a business out of it when that technology was very new. Publish, have your voice heard. Patents, salute your creativity. And speak in conferences. I think this is really, really important. Create a coalition, create your own board of directors. And by the way, don't have people look like you. You've got to have different people in your board. You've got to have people who have opposing views. Otherwise, they will be an unproductive echo chamber of yourselves. I know you are all in a competition. I know that. But be generous with your peers along the way and along your career. And there's a reason why. You never know where you're going to end up. You never know. Don't ever, ever leave dead corpses behind. And one other thing is know when to let go of something. You will be passionate, very passionate about many things. And I struggle sometimes personally to let go of certain assignments. But maybe the way to do that is to take a certain distance. So that's important in terms of these types of ingredients. Here's a few more statements I want to make before I conclude. You know, you're going to be comfortable as leaders. Don't be comfortable and rest on your laurels. Never, ever rest on your laurels. Push yourself beyond the boundaries of your own comfort zone. I have a coach who's in the entertainment business, and he's in Hollywood. And one of the things he told me was, you know, Monique, if you don't write your own script, a role will be written for you, and you may not like it. You can be the owners of your own script, and so you should. I do know one thing, that the industry needs you. I need you. It's time to jump in, because I think we can all do some really ripping cool work together. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your time here.
Visionary leadership in technology and your interest in our organization, we are pleased to present you with DECA's Entrepreneurial Spirit Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.